Hello, welcome to the Daily Moth. Today is Friday, August 11th. A lot of events around me that are different. I'm not in Austin, Texas. I'm in a different country. Can you guess which country I'm in? Canada, Ontario, Canada. Came here with my wife and her family. Yesterday was a busy day because it was my daughter's first birthday. She just turned 1 year old, and so all my family was here for the day. Very exciting, a lot of different things happening. But I want to talk to you first about a big news story that came out. Very odd charges that are being discussed about the United States diplomat area. The government has negotiated to allow 5 diplomats with their husbands and wives to come over to stay at the new U.S. Embassy in Cuba. They all live and sleep in these houses that are provided by the government in a specific area. And they all arrived and they all began to have experienced problems with their hearing, and they became dizzy and a lot of problems and hearing loss, in fact. So they left the area and flew back to the United States to be checked out. And it turns out that there was a sonic pulsation, a very high decibel level sound, so high but that humans couldn't hear it, but it was causing hearing loss in the individuals that were exposed to it. And they didn't know why this was happening, so they left, and they left Cuba, left the U.S. Embassy, and came back and were feeling sick and dizzy, and they were being checked out. So a lot of them, it was just destroying their hearing, and they didn't know what it was. So Cuban officials, they say no, never. We would never allow anything like that to happen, and they denied any involvement in it. But people were saying, so how, the technology that was involved in the armed forces in Cuba, that it was creating this new sort of sound type weapon, and it was causing pain and difficulty in hearing. Very odd situation. So what happened, many of the people that were there and that were exposed to this high frequency sound, again, experienced hearing loss, and their health was deteriorating. It was a very serious event, and problems. Was going to be a problem for many of the deaf people that were in the area. Did not seem to have a problem with it, but they noticed that hearing people were. Plus, it was just causing serious illness in these people. And we saw that from that point on. The second news story that I have for you is there's 3 of them. The first one is yesterday. I was on vacation and was discussing the national emergency of addiction that is happening in the states around. It's very serious, and since then there's been a very large problem. It's become a national emergency, and the president wants to add more federal funds to help focus and combat and put a stop to the addiction, or at least certainly lower it, and allow access to treatment, and so they can combat the problem. The second one came out yesterday on Twitter, and it was the 7th year they go back to work. They had to come back to work and sign up. I noticed cancellation. And they go back canceled that. The leaders canceled the people on Twitter. Then the third one is now on Twitter, and it's bringing people's attention to United States Armed Forces in a very serious event. If the sending of firing rockets, and then the path of these rockets. Before just yesterday, there was more, and again, just another warning went out to them. Having a standoff and just seeing, who's going to shoot first. Hopefully no one. But they're taking the events very serious, and they want to be able to continue on from here. Possibly it happened in the full darkness of night. Many people around were being worried and wondering, saying, "Oh, you never look at the sun." This was the eclipse that happened, and they say, "Don't look at the sun when it's happening." So, but people were curious, and they got out, and they didn't take it seriously, and many, could destroy their eyesight by watching this eclipse, if not using the special glasses. So, special glasses that are dark, and they can allow you to look at the sun as the moon crosses over in its path. So people had them on, they were outside, and they were waiting, and continued, and it was all across the nation. People wore these thin little glasses that they bought, and they have to be specialized glasses, not just any sunglasses, but an ISO certain level, and they tell them to keep the glasses on and to continue to watch, and so people had them on, and they waited, and until the moment of the full eclipse, which was only like 2 minutes. At that point, you can take the glasses off and actually look at it without hurting your eyes. So they warned people about this, and it was fine. People got the glasses, and as soon as the eclipse was over, as soon as the moon passes out in front of the sun, that's when you put the glasses back on, and of course, otherwise you would suffer vision loss. So it was the solar eclipse. Many people were excited and found out about it and were there to see it. Camp. It's a very famous camp that people went to watch the eclipse, and they had to pay, for the information and all that. They got there and they drove long ways, and a lot of deaf people that came, and they were excited to go out and shoot guns. Remember. The actors paid $6, and they go back and they offered $200 something dollars. Said thank you, and they picked. They paid $200 to $300, and they would ask if we could postpone the deadline to a later time. And went on and on about it. They accepted the offers and said no. They went out. But it continued for only, people continued to show up in the different areas, and it was a large, so that's all, folks. All these 5 different news stories I wanted to share with you tonight. I'm going to get a special event about a tornado, the deaf culture, and at the Center for Deaf, a lot of people coming and gathering and meeting a lot of people. It'll be great. I'll put a picture on Facebook tonight of it. I'm going to continue on vacation with my family, so there won't be any more moth videos for this immediate time while I'm gone. So no news for a week, and then I'll get back to it around the 21st or so. I should be back. Things will be back to normal, and I hope that you all will follow the news and watch all the deaf community as we gather together and talk about these things. I need to leave for now, so get back, continue, and I'll leaving different ideas, hopefully enjoying. Again, 21st I'll be here seeing the plane come in, and from then on, moth news. Alright? That's all for now. I'll see y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful week, and always